Good day everybody, this is Vic from V-Tribe bringing it to you 2026 Ram 3500 Limited, which is the top of the line Ram heavy duty diesel that you can buy right now. This vehicle costs roughly about $130,000 as it is in Canada, but as you know the Ram, there are a lot of rebates on these ones. If you pay cash or if you finance for a certain term, you can get up to like 10,000 or maybe 15,000 off depending on who you know as well. Right, but this is the key that you get with this vehicle. Lock and lock button is there, remote starter and all that stuff is there, but that's not the whole exciting portion of owning a Ram. But let me just give you a quick walk around on this vehicle to see if this vehicle is going to be your next heavy duty truck, if it fulfills all your needs. I got a chance to spend a little bit of time with this vehicle. I absolutely love this vehicle, even though I'm a GM guy personally. But you know what, there are certain things that I loved about it and there are certain things that I absolutely hate about it, and I'm going to discuss with you. Right, first of all, you have these beautiful looking LED lights at the front. As you can see, you have the daytime running lights and your front end lamps as well, and down below you have these fog lamps here too. Now your sensors are right around that area there with the flat black, as you can see, and you have the flat black at the bottom as well. For the 2026 model, you have the really nice bolder look. As you can see, you have the nice looking Ram in between. You have the front end camera there too. You have the Ram radar technology, part of your adaptive cruise, your automatic braking technology there too. You have the blacked out recovery hooks at the front, and there is a disappointing factor in this specific vehicle, whereas all other manufacturers are going towards block heaters on the bumper or on the side of the bumper. Ram is still sticking to what? Look at this. There's an old school version of a wire hanging out of your engine for block heating there. I'm not saying it's a big deal, but guess what, man? Like, you're spending like $130,000 on this vehicle. It's not that easy, right? Now, behind this grille, you also have these aero shutters that stays closed because the temperature is really cold outside. I don't know if you can see that I'm wearing a nice jacket right now. It's really cold right now. So that's why those aero shutters actually stay closed. But when the engine warms up, they opens up as well. Now, this one has a sport hood right now. It has a performance hood package here too, but there's a disappointing factor is that these hood scoops are not functional, and so as these heat extractors on top of that. It does look nice. It almost gives you a factor, almost give you a feel that these are gonna be actually functional, gonna extract some heat, but no, these are not gonna be part of the whole deal there. Now you have the wheel wells that are body matched. That's really good. It's a nice gray color, as you can see, and you have the Cummins badge on the side with the turbo diesel there. You have the Firestone Transforce AT2 tires here, as you can see, and the size of the tires is 285 LT 285 60R20. Blacked out wheels, looks really nice, and you have the Dodge spinner, not the spinner, just the center cap right in the middle there too. Now for the suspension, it's not going to be like the GM product where you have independent suspension at the front. You have the solid axle at the front as well as the back. The ride on this heavy duty truck is going to be really like a heavy duty truck, and since it's solid axle, you won't be going through so many front ends. You won't have to take care of your CV joints, the CV boots on this one. The maintenance on the front end is going to be quite low as compared to a GMC or a Chevy product there too. Now come to the side right here. You have the crew cab version of this one. It does come with the keyless entry at the front, but no keyless entry at the back. That's kind of stupid in my opinion. Blacked out Ram badge there. You do have the big towing mirrors, and you have the heated option there on both. You have the light controls right here. You have the light right here too, and part of the 360, you have the camera right there too. Right, there is a good approach angle. If you look at these doors right here, they opens on a really good angle. We'll get to the interior in a bit. Now the overall length is really huge. You have the 8-foot box, as you can see on the side right here, and the total length of the vehicle is going to be 79 inches. That makes this vehicle literally a road yacht, and the height of this vehicle is going to be 79 inches. I'm 6'2", right? Look at this thing. I'm almost as big as this truck is, and this is absolutely a giant, as you can see. And the width of this vehicle is going to be 79.4 inches. And when you come to the back right here, you can see that you have the big Ram, typical Ram product, the badging at the back, limited sign, 4x4 sign there too. You have your towing hitch, as you can see, and you have a connector right here for your trailer towing camera. Connectors right here for your towing package there too. There is no side step on the passenger side back here, but when you'll come to the driver's side back here, you do have a step right here to open up a step. Now you'll be like, Vic, where do I really need this? When you open up your tailgate, you won't be able to use the sides, the steps at the back to get inside the truck. That's when you'll have to use this. Now mind you, If that place is a little bit slippery, you can actually slip and trip off and you can break yourself too, but be very careful when you jump inside. So when you go inside right here, make sure you put your 2 or maybe 3 fingers, depending how big of a person you are, and jump inside the vehicle. Be ready to, risk your, hand or your fingers there. Now this giant 8-foot bed, as you can see, you have the 5th wheel prep package there too. You can hook up your 5th wheel, hitch right there. You have the connectors right here, and you have 115 volt AC capacity here too. And you have a bed view camera, which is located at the back right here. And along with that, you also have a rear camera mirror too. Now, the total towing capacity that you can do with the 5th wheel prep package with this specific vehicle as it is 36,000 pounds, which is wow, in my opinion. So that's where this Ram actually beats GM product out of the park. If that's something what you're looking at, this will be a better option than the GM product, in my opinion. Now, the total vehicle weight of this massive giant is going to be roughly around that 7,000 pounds, give or take, depending on the specs, especially with the long box, because you are adding about 1.5 feet in this specific one. But now let me show it to you what it packs under the hood, what kind of power that you're gonna get, the transmission and all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would really appreciate you if you can hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers in next 30 days. I'm really counting on your vote right there. Thank you. Now, coming back to the whole portion of the, the hood, the engine portion here. Of course, these are, non-functional. These are useless hood scoops there. But underneath the hood, you have the 6.7 liter Cummins engine, the old Cummins there that they have improved so many times with the 8-speed transmission. And the torque on this bad boy is going to be 1,075 and the horsepower is going to be 430. The vehicle is massive, and it needs a massive engine as well. You have your fuel filter on that side. You have your oil filter on this side right here. I know you don't really need to know all this. That's more of a mechanic's job. But you know what? This engine is a beauty. Ask somebody who's a Cummins fan, they will tell you exactly how beautiful of an engine it is. It does come with the DEF as well, which means you'll have to be compliant with the emissions depending on where you live. But if you delete that thing, you can increase your fuel economy as well. Not that you should care when you're driving a heavy-duty truck. But you know what? Let's get to the interior so I can show it to you what kind of interior they have, because Ram does a really good job when it comes to interior. Now, let me just start on the passenger side real quick at the front here. Now, typically a lot of vehicles, when you need a bottle jack to jack up your truck to change the tires and stuff, you have the toolbox underneath the seat or behind the rear seat. Guess what? Where Ram decided to put this on? You have it right here. You have it at the front passenger seat. You take this cover off. Be very careful. After all, it's all plastic. That's where your toolbox remains. You have these beautiful looking leather seats right here with a little bit of a cloth on the top portion of the bolsters there. You have the nice perforation. These are heated and cooling seats here. You have the nice looking leather all around with the real wood, and you have a plastic all around underneath here. You can put in your big size Pepsi right here, and a small size for your kid, or a milk bottle there too, and a lot of space for your snacks there too. Harman and Kardon music system, and that's what I love about Ram. You have the 17 speakers, Harman and Kardon speaker system with this one. You have the subwoofer underneath the seat, which I'll show it to you. But this is what you get when you sit on the passenger side. There is one complaint I do have every single time a passenger sit in a Ram diesel. You don't have much of a space. I'm 6'2", but just so you know, that's not how I would like to sit if I'm sitting on a passenger side. I know I'm not going to be a passenger princess, but think about this way. This is not how I would like to sit. I would need more space, but this damn transmission is pushing my leg to the side right here. But that's okay. Let's just ignore that. It's just a work vehicle at the end of the day. You do have the leather all around here. You have the limited badge right here too. And you have this touchscreen here. I'll try to turn this one on for you real quick. Look at this. This is how it looks like. You have the piano glass all around here, a button right here to open up this area. You can use your HDMI right here, and you can start playing your music or your, your movie or whatever. You can turn on your cameras right here. You can see everything around. And if you do not want to disturb the person who is driving right here, you can also manage to connect your Bluetooth headphones and all that stuff too. Overall, nice layout, real wood right here, leather around here. You have this touchscreen with the Apple CarPlay and Auto. There are a lot of different camera modes, as you can see, which I'll show it to you right here. That looks like this. You can see everything around the vehicle here too, and even when you're connected with the trailer, you can see who is standing around the vehicle with so many blind spots. You have this rear camera mirror as well. You have a regular sunroof here. You have the limited badge right here with a lot of nice design on the leather. And you have a lot of space right here too, pretty deep, real wood right here, cup holders, more space, coin space. You have the 2 wireless charging, a lot of space right here, HDMI, USB, USB-C port, and you have 115 at the back, at the very back and the bottom there too. So it's a pretty nice layout in my opinion. Let me know what you feel about this one. If you have one of these guys, and if you would like to have one of these guys, let me know your thoughts. Now, let's go to the back of the vehicle here real quick. At the back, you have just as it is, the doors open at a really good angle here. And if you lift these seats up, you have the storage space here that's locked with this latch. You have the subwoofer on this side. You have the storage space on the other side, which we'll try to show it to you. And if you lift this mat right here, you also have the space underneath the seat right here as well. And at the back, you have a 115 volt port, USB, USB-C, and a heated seat option as well with the real wood on top, to reminding you that you're driving a limited truck. Now, there is one more thing that you can do. You can also move the space, and you can unlock this portion here too on both the sides in case you want to haul something, and you can make a place like this. I don't know how big or taller of a person you are, but you can also take a nap over here. It's not gonna be comfortable, but you know what? Something that you can make it happen, And let me show you what kind of space you're carrying at the back here. You have the grab handle here, plenty of space. Your knees won't be touching, just so you know. I was sitting at the front, I'm 6'2". My head, however, is touching my hair. If you're sitting at the back and if you're tall, you ruin your hairstyle, your beautiful hairstyle. I mean to say my beautiful hairstyle. But plenty of space, it feels really good in my opinion. I would, it'd be pretty cool if we can recline these seats, but it's what it is. This truck is not meant for comfort. It's meant to work, right? Now come to the driver's side so I can show you a few more things, then we'll go for a drive, and so I can show it to you how it handles. And if you want to watch a video where you do not want me to say anything, and you just want me to touch the truck at random places, you know what? Watch a video towards the end of this video, so you can touch that link and you can watch an ASMR view of this truck. Now let's go for a quick drive in this vehicle here. First thing, as soon as you jump into the vehicle, you're going to notice that the steering wheel is really, really comfy. And the stick right here on the side is not as long as any other manufacturer like Ford, GMC, or Chevy. The stick is quite short, and since the screen is vertical, it's not going to be distracting. It's not going to be hiding anything on the screen, so that could be something to consider when you're buying one of these guys here too, right? Make sure your dash is all set up the way you would like to be, with your gauges and all that stuff, depending on what you're planning on using this truck for. Now let's just go for a quick spin so I can show it to you. We won't go too far, but I just want to show it to you how it handles. The first thing first, what you're going to notice when you jump in the vehicle is there's not a crazy amount of blind spots in this one. After all, it's a truck. You can see basically everything around the vehicle. These mirrors are heated, so if you're driving this vehicle into the minus temperatures like minus 20, minus 30, you'll have a really easy time. The steering wheel feels comfortable. Even though the front axle is actually solid, it still feels like you're driving a car, except when the suspension actually gives you a little bit of a jerk in your back. But it's normal when you're driving a heavy-duty truck there, right? Overall, it's a good feel. Truck feels really quiet as compared to the previous Cummins, but the Cummins itself of 2026 is still be on a noisier end of a GM or a Ford product. I don't know why. I know that they have done better job into insulating the vehicle, putting that nice padding into the vehicle, but it's still the case. Now, here we are, just going over minor bumps. You'll feel these things, but you know what? Still, the purpose of the truck is there. Let me just step on the gas here real quick. Look at this. The truck just goes, it's not going to be 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, but hey, 0 to 100 in 8 or 9 seconds is still fine. Let's just try it out, the turning radius on this vehicle here real quick. I'm going to crank up the whole thing, and let's just make a quick 360. Part of the fact that this vehicle is actually too long, and you have an 8 feet box, don't expect the vehicle to turn in a smaller space. But here it is. Look at this thing. It can be a little bit of a problem if you're trying to do these turns here, but not a big problem. Let me straighten my vehicle up real quick. All right, press on the gas, press on the brake and gas. You can still spin your tires with this bad boy here. Wow. It's nice actually. The overall layout of the dash is really cool in my opinion. Everything is just low, even though the screen is slightly sticking out, but not a big deal. And if you're a driver, you won't be able to see that screen, just so you know. So it's only going to be a passenger side specific when it's on, you know. And then when you turn on your signals, the side signals there, your side cameras are going to turn on. As you can see right here in GM brand, or in most of the Fords, it only turns on when you have your trailer is hooked up. But as soon as you turn on the signal, it's going to turn on your blinds on there. So that's where it's going to come in really, really handy, even with the length of this vehicle here. But let me just quickly take it through this parking spot here, because I want to be very careful while driving this vehicle. But with that, we are done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would really appreciate, as I asked early on, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And we'll love to see you in our next videos. And thanks for showing all the support. Thank you.